welcome to today's video. Yeah, today's video is an interesting one. Because I've been reading reports that Alexander Isak is the primary suspect. There was another media. There seems to be two different reports coming out of Liverpool, shall I say. Liverpool offside .sbnation.com have said that Liverpool are preparing 100 million plus add-ons bid for Newcastle's 25-year-old Swedish striker, a move that could eclipse the 116 million they shelled out for Florian Wirtz and smash the British transfer record again. Sources including Liverpool Offside and Afton Bladet via Fabrizio Romano report that Isak is Liverpool's dream signing, and while Newcastle's Saudi-backed ownership is resisting, the Reds remain undeterred. Some outlets suggest that the valuation could reach 150 million, though Liverpool may start with an initial 100 million plus offer with heavy performance-related add-ons. Why Isak? Liverpool won the Premier League in 2024 and 2025, but the front line lacked consistency. Isak offers proven Premier League form and a strong goal scoring record, making him a natural centerpiece under Arne Slot. And this is obviously under reports that Darwin Núñez is going back to Napoli or is going to Napoli. That deal did mention Victor Osimhen, but I'm not sure who came out with that report. I just briefly read it as a headline. I didn't really look into the source of it. I would now that we're shifting from Ekitike, because that sounds like he's going to Chelsea. I do wonder if, I did think Ekitike, I don't know how he's going to go in the Premier League if if Liverpool had signed Ekitike, right? So I was like, I would have rathered a Victor Osimhen who can go to any league basically and perform. He performed in Turkey. He's performed in Italy. So he's proven himself in two different leagues. He came from Lille and Wolfsburg, right? Or Lyon? Was it Lille or Lyon? One of the French clubs. He left there because of I think it was racial slurs and a racially motivated move. I remember that coming out in the media actually now that I think about it. But yes, and he got signed from Wolfsburg, so he went from the Bundesliga to Ligue 1 to Serie A to now, what is the Turkish league called? Superliga or something? Anyway, I think, he's moved. He's played in three of the big five leagues. He's played in Turkey, which is a decent league. I'm not saying Turkey's a shit league. It's a decent league. I'd say it's on par with Eredivisie and Portugal. Those. I reckon those three are outside the top five. Would be your 5 to 7 leagues. Maybe Austria, but I don't know how strong that Austrian league is. It just seems to be Salzburg dominating, so I don't know how good that is, But Salzburg, the whole Red Bull ownership thing seems to be that if they perform in Salzburg, then they get moved on to Leipzig, and then you sort of get found out through playing in the Bundesliga for Leipzig, right? So I don't know. Anyway, I think Isak's a would suit Liverpool. Either for me, I'm not too fussed. Like if we get Isak, cool. If we get Osman, you know, great. Um, Isak's played in Dortmund. He played 5 games there. He played for Real Sociedad, playing 105 games, scoring 33 goals in those 105 appearances. So he can play in. He has proven himself in La Liga, Isak. Um, uh, what was I going to say? Osman, yeah. Osman came from Lille? Lille? Osman. That's not M. So yeah, I'm not too worried. Yeah, he came from Wolfsburg, then went to on loan to uh Royal Charleroi, a club in Belgium. So he's played in the Jupiter Pro League, which I don't know how strong that league is. I have not watched any of their football. Then he went to Leo, played 27 games, scored 13 goals. Not too bad. Um, went on loan to Galatasaray, had 30 appearances and scored 26 goals. And then while he was at Napoli, he scored 100, played 108 games, sorry, and scored 65 goals. So I would like Osman. I think I've covered this in the previous video. Um, but this this saga continues, guys. Like reports are saying that we're going to sign Osman. Other reports are saying no, it's likely to be Isak. I'm not really. I'm a bit confused on who we're signing. Um, I know Liverpool aren't going to come out and say, "Hey, look, we want to sign Osman," or "Hey, look, we're going to sign," with an official statement. I know that's not going to happen. I would like it to happen, but it's not going to happen. Um, so yeah, um, he scored 18 goals in his sole season with the French club at Lille. 18. Why does it say 13? I don't know. That's weird. Maybe 13 in Liga. Uh, that's weird. Anyway, he also finished the league's top scorer and won a domestic double with Galatasaray. So Osman's proven himself. I would like to sign. Um, I would like to sign Osman, but I think just because I want to see Osman in the Premier League. He's one of these players that is like doubted as one of the best strikers in the world and has not played in the Premier League yet. I know the Premier League is not the be all and end all, but it is the best league in the world. Proven. Um, it's a shame that there's not more than that. Not there's only 2 Premier League teams in the Club World Cup, but that's a fucking another debacle. Um, sorry for swearing. Yeah, I would like to sign Osman. Isak would be good too because Isak's Premier League proven. Osman isn't, but I'm not like saying, hey, being Premier League proven is be all and end all, right? I think either signing is good for Liverpool. Um, so yeah, what do you guys think? I know the rumors of Ekatike have, for Liverpool at least, from what I've seen, has died down, and it sounds like that's not happening, which I don't mind. I do not mind Isak not playing for us. I mean, Ekatike not signing with us. Sorry, yeah, Ekatike. I don't mind that. I don't mind that we're pivoting away from him because I'm just like he wasn't. he wasn't that good in the Bundesliga the season just gone. From what I've heard, I actually haven't really looked at him. He could be a good player for another team, but I just don't think he's a Liverpool player. And yeah, Napoli is still in contact with us about Nunes. They still want Nunes. They're still persisting for Nunes. So it looks like Nunes will leave. I don't know how many times I can say Nunes in a sentence, but yeah, it looks like Darwin will leave. Um, I just think he didn't really have that firepower in front of goal. And I said that in the last video. I think he's a good player. Is he a Premier League player? I would say not. You know, he did miss a lot of chances, and um, maybe he'd fit a different club to Liverpool. Um, inside the Premier League, I mean. Maybe he had fit a Chelsea or a Man United or like maybe he would fit one of those teams. Um, but I don't think he fitted Liverpool well. You know, he did score goals for us, yes, but he wasn't, breaking records. You know, and it seems to be like Mo Salah scoring all the goals and setting records. And he's a winger. I'm not saying like wingers should not be scoring goals. They should be. I mean, they can create chances, and when they get the ball, they take a shot or they cross it in for an assist. That's the type of player I see a winger as. I see a winger that's meant to cross the ball into the striker so the striker can score, whether it's with his head or with a volley or whatever. Um, that's that's what I think a striker is. Everyone has different views of what each position is. I see a winger as someone who crosses the ball in when it's down on that wing into the box for the striker to score. That's just me. Doesn't matter what side of the pitch you're on as a winger, you cross it in for the striker to score. And I know each coach has like a shadow striker with, like the attacking midfielder playing a shadow striker, so they can play as a backup striker or a second striker, type thing. So you have two strikers and two wingers on the pitch, and that's cool. But yeah. Anyway, I got a bit off topic there, but yeah, I think either Osman or Isak's the best signing we could get. Is the dream signings for me. One of those two, I'm happy with. I'd be over the moon with. I think both players are really good. Isak's Premier League proven. Osman has proven himself in various different leagues. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the striker saga at Liverpool at the moment. I'd like to get your thoughts. Leave them in the comments down below. I'll reply to some of them with my opinions on what you've said. Um, but other than that, the fixtures came out. I'm not going to talk about those. If you guys can, there was a fucking anyone can predict. Like I think September's our easiest month with Everton, Crystal Palace, and I think it was Brentford. Not sure how Brentford are going to go with no Thomas Frank, no Mbuemo, who's looking like he's moving to United. And who else was someone else is leaving there. I can't remember who. Someone else is reported to leave there. Not sure who it was, but with Mbuemo and Thomas Frank gone, I think it could be an interesting year for Brentford. I hope they find suitable replacements or replacements that are better. But yeah, with Thomas Frank now being a Tottenham manager, I might talk about this on my other channel, but I think he shouldn't have taken that spot. Anyway, that job. Um, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.